okay, 2000s, now you have this big banger on the Faith Rhythm. Woo ha ha. All right. Where were some of the places that you actually started to tour and go around right now? As Hawkeye, the not the opener, Hawkeye now the main person.
Well, I would have place I got to, honestly. But if truth be told, and I'm not afraid to say,
Mhm.
when I was at Main Street as a sidekick, I'm gonna tell people this all the time and they probably don't believe me, but it's true. The places I go when I was at Main Street with Red Rock and Goofy, and I'm not saying because of them, but basically because of them. They had the name, but
Mhm.
at the time, the places that Danny Brownie chose to book way in, when me become Hawkeye 2000, me not see about them places. I've never been back to those places. I've been to England, but certain place because when we go to England, we tour Manchester,
Mhm.
Bristol, Birmingham, Leeds. I've never been back to Leeds from that. Certain little places where we got as Main Street crew.
Mhm.
I haven't been back to some of these places as Hawkeye, despite my career bigger in
Mhm.
terms of song and thing. I don't see about these places, but I can tell you, I believe it have to do with the manager though. It's the manager. It's not me. It's not. It wasn't me at the problem. It was the manager.
Got you.
And after a while, we get to realize what was going on in the
Mhm.
camp. You know. So I've been to, England, the Caribbean. Oh my God, we run through the Caribbean was like my backyard. You know, every second I'm warm with the Barbados, Trinidad, um, Antigua,
Mhm.
uh, the Grenadines. Which one again named with the Grenadines?
Not Grenada. Saint
Grenada,
Vincent,
right?
Saint Vincent and the Grenadines.
Right,
Yep.
Grenada. These places. Yo, the Caribbean, me not lie. I don't know. Even now, if me drop on the Caribbean, I'm crazy something. Crazy, crazy, crazy something. In America now, I used to go to certain places with Vegas because, to Vegas have Exile. His career was like in crossover the ethnic market, you'd call it.
Mhm.
So I used to tour with Vegas also, got some place where I'm mainly white people who I perform for, mostly,
Mhm.
So I've done some stuff with him, you know, and I would put things out for my own, but I still think up to this day, me not really surface in the US of A yet, because the songs I'm out there, but I don't think people really see me in a USA yet. The
Mhm.
last time I remember I went up there, it was with Bling Dog. I think it was probably about 2004, 5.
Yep.
No, I lied. It was later than that, probably about 2006, something like that, 5, 6,
Mhm.
you know? And when I went there, because I wasn't really, even when I have all the hot songs, them, I never know, say, me song them so big and powerful in the place. But it's because my manager never used to send me there much.
Mhm.
And as I tell you, I get to realize what was happening in the camp,
Mhm.
you know? If truth be told, if we talk, I mean, honestly, sometimes nowadays I feel like I would just say what needs to be said and not hold back nothing. See, but Vegas was a part of the camp, and I realized that, most artists, them have this thing about them where it's like if they are the head of the camp, they don't feel so nobody else nothing gonna work without them, or them try to marry you with them in terms of, and when them a go about for them thing, them not married you with them,
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So I think Vegas was trying to make a lot of demand about if them want Hawkeye and them can't come, well, don't book the show or whatever the way. And these things were going on, and at the end of the day, the management whom I blame him because I agree that Vegas are your main artists.
Mhm.
But you have other artists in the camp who are shining out for them own. Don't make because of the arts then him are your main bread. You want to stop it because every little make a muckle, you still make money off of Archive. You book Archive and you get a percentage. So what's the difference? Make Archive go on out in the world and you collect your president, you make Vegas go on when the tour we can do show together, we do it together, with stuff like that. So and then something they are going. Be a fight against and jealous sitting and it's like him couldn't, like, him not believe so boy Hawkeye couldn't really get where so big and stand up on the moon and race. So it's like, I remember one time I make a comment about the show we had to do in Trinidad, right? And I was just running a joke because, I mean, if you're in a camp and you can't run joke with a fellow artist, then it don't make no sense. You understand? We were supposed to do a show, me and Vegas were supposed to do a show in country, in Jamaica, yeah. And apparently he couldn't go, in management send him go a foreign. So what them do is that him send me and Alozie go a country, you know, with Madanjo and Kiprich. You understand? So when we go down there, because I guess the promoter down there was also advertising that Vegas would have been on the show. But him don't send Vegas, him send Vegas a foreign, him get a bigger deal a foreign, so him take that one there and send we, you know, the other members in the camp go a country. So, I mean, it was okay, yes, because Hawkeye are going with them things, so it was okay for Hawkeye represent and Alozie and the rest among them. But what happened is that after we perform, mash up the show and leave, me gone at the hotel, Alozie them decides them I'll go back down at the show. For whatever reason, like them just about after party or whatever, you know, for whatever reason. And when them go down there, it's like two of the people them there expect Vegas will come, you know, kind of them, it's like them vex. You know, because the promoter must still use Vegas' name just to get the crowd come in. Right. When they know said Vegas wasn't going to be at the show. So because of that now, it's like the man them tend to rush Alozie. Like them done doing something down there, and it's like a crowd have to come and kind of back him and Ray. Because I say, yo, see one of the artists there, and Ray, you know, country people. Yeah. You know, them no business who you be in front them, the short change, and them are going to beat your feet, you know. So that was about to happen. So what happens is that we come to Kingston now, I will see Vegas, and I say, Vegas, boy, come like, we can't do no more show with you, you know, because you advertise the show and you don't come. And two that people want beat, we have down there and Ray and just look at joke, and the man take it personal and thing. So what happens is that me and him was supposed to do a show in Trinidad. Mm-hmm. So because me and him have a little thing there, and him take it personal and turn it into something we're never supposed to be. Him go say to the management, say, yo, me nah go to Trinidad with all kind of rare, so I'm not cancel that. Pity the man, them say, yo, send Hawkeye come, we no business about Vegas. Send Hawkeye come, and Hawkeye we want. So at that mash up we made from them time, that be a fight. That's some of artists stay them, you know, them just petty and coming like some little girl, where jealous, and them little vibe there. You see my done, so I burn them thing them done. You understand, I have nothing against Vegas, but I burn them little thing there. I'm not a beer that them go on with. You know, see it. And I've lived it, and we can tell people about these things. I just 2 more time we not really taught these things as artists. We just make it slide. You know, because we are living, we are got through seminary, but I whole heap of them things that them do to artists. Yeah. Be old and fight against and, you know, whatever. You know, it's like, you want to fly and them not fly. Or, you know, stuff like that. And it just, I don't know. But I that go on still. So I end up at Trinidad and deal with Trinidad wicked. And from me go at Trinidad, me not stop go there. Me not stop go there. So it's just a thing. You know, but I think I went, you know, the management really put me more in the Caribbean to perform and certain places. I've been to like Costa Rica, you know, I've been to Europe, Germany, you know, Bensonburg, you know, these places and stuff. You know, I've been in the UK, London, I go there on my own. I go back to London most about 3-4 times on my own, you know, after Main Street, or more than that, probably about 5 or 6 times on my own. You know, see, so you know, we still do the work and do the thing. You know, there's still a lot of places to go. I've never been to Africa, never been to none of the African continents. You know, so a lot of work still to be done. We're still not dropping a certain Spanish, you know, but you don't know, you want to really talk Spanish, but most of the time the song them down there are going away. I've been to Panama a couple of times, you know, so you don't know. We'll do the work, see when I put in, you know.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinesmusichut.com.